Hey, good morning. It's sometime Tuesday, November 3rd, I believe. This is Brett Douglas with Ironclad Preservation and the founder of the FAST Network, our nonprofit training arm of what we do at Ironclad Preservation. Our number one goal for our existence is to train other contractors and be the helping hand for people who need it. Hey, I just wanted to mention, I shave, even though my wife says I need to shave right now, and, I have a pair. And, I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. And, yesterday it was brought to my attention, in one of my videos, I was dogging some people that, I guess I misinterpreted the wrong way. They were talking about turning in other contractors, and it really pissed me off. I believe that, it's kind of a us against them battle mentality out here. I feel like the people who employ our services, except for the one national I work for and some of the regionals I work for that I like, but the majority of the people out there, really are trying to break our backs and make maximum profit and minimize our profits. I just think the whole system is convoluted, and it's just not really working for us anymore. So when I see people who seem like they're on the management side or the system side, it kind of infuriates me. But I was called out onto the carpet on it, and in this conversations last night with this gentleman, I kind of found out that I didn't look at the whole picture, and I'm man enough to admit I was wrong. Hey, you know what? I don't make fun of anybody or show my opinions if I don't feel that I'm passionate about what I'm doing. And when I'm wrong, I can admit I'm wrong. It's no big deal, to me to say one day I was this way and the next I'm that, because when the picture was illustrated to me that basically it's his mission to regulate, unlicensed or unscrupulous contractors out there that make us all look stupid. And now that I see that's what the mission was, it's not just in generally just trying to hurt other people. That kind of really makes sense to me. So I must recant my humor the other day and say that I was wrong. And hey man, each day it's like a big reset button. We're allowed by the grace of our Lord or by whoever you pray to, or if you're agnostic or atheist, we're allowed another chance each day. Now, obviously, if you don't believe in a higher power and you don't believe in a God, then hey man, you're free to do your own thing anyway. But for me, I can't have it on my heart that I wronged another indirectly, that through my opinions that were wrong. I don't know if any of y'all have studied the Buddhist religion, but in the Noble Truths, one of the steps to enlightenment is speak what you know in a kind, open, and truthful manner. And I was way off the mark on that, and I apologize to you, kind sir. I was wrong, and I applaud your efforts for keeping our contractor pool sane. And if you're a dirtbag, one truck wonder that's out there with, a freaking, van, and you're ripping people off, and you're not trying to get licensed, and you don't have an Aspen Grove number, and you're the ones bypassing the truck registrations, you're not getting proper insurance, you're parking your shit at your neighbor's house to avoid, doing stuff. Shame on you, man. You're the one that brings our industry down by your unscrupulous behavior. But, today's rant was more about correction instead of continuing on. However, for those of us that do things the legal way and spend an awful lot of money on trying to put a good product out there, I think that we need to band together more. And that's kind of what this video series that I'm doing every day. It's not that I just, come in, drink a cup of coffee, get all hyped up and, gonna spew some rhetoric out here that doesn't really help anybody. My mission is for us to network, pick up the phone, call a contractor, ask them. For me, a specific thing for me that's helped, and I don't know if a lot of people do it, and once again, fall back to my previous thing, I don't tell you how to run your business, you have to figure that out for yourself. But for me, I was really strung out on workers' comp. I think last year at my heyday, I was up to $80,000 a year just for workers' comp coverage, and the state of Florida had me in their fund, and they wanted to renew. I think the one year I paid about 12 grand, I think, and then they wanted like 18,000 or 17,000. I don't want to perjure myself because I don't know the exact amount, but it was some ungodly amount of money, and it wasn't refundable. And then I had to pay these massive premiums. And the concept is, for what? in the couple of years that I've had claims, one was for a bee injury, one was for a heat exhaustion, one was for a guy burned his hand on a muffler on a mower, little things. But I'm at a 300 class rating for this and that. Why? Because I want my team members taken care of. But see, I was ignorant, and I didn't know that if it was a minor injury, I could self-pay at a medical clinic to get them some help. But I don't ever want to take away from my employees. I want to help my people, not hinder them. Anyway, long story short, I reached out to an employee leasing company, and I have a great gentleman, is a friend of ours that we've grown to know and love dearly, that he can actually write policies in all the states. But anyway, he sat down with us, took time to listen to our concerns, and he got us into an employee leasing firm. And a big shout out to Countrywide. Countrywide Services is our PEO. They're based out of Tennessee, I believe, and then they also have a branch here in Orlando or something like that. The guy's name is Scott Hansen, I believe, and just great company, man. They've put up with my nonsense for a couple things that we've screwed up over time, and sit and try to partner up with us. And we really respect them. I'm not a genius on the whole PEO thing, but typically they lease the employees back to us, I guess. I don't know, but great guys over there. Give them a call. Listen, if you can't find them on the internet, Countrywide, call my office, 386-774-0800, extension 1 should ring into Shandell. We don't get any paid promotion for doing it or any commission or this and that, but we're here to help you guys. Another thing about insurances is that we constantly shop our prices and our policies, because if you can save a nickel here, a dollar there, it's going to help you in the long run. One of the things we don't try to skimp on, and this is kind of where the other gentleman had rightfully so, now that I understand his story. You really don't want to skimp on materials or quality out on the job site. What you do want to skimp is when the shrinking prices force us to take a lower fee for our services. What we need to do is learn how to run our companies a little bit more lenient. We need to get lean and mean. We need to be efficient, and we need to do sound like with some of the nationals and there's Six Sigma and fucking black belt this and that and Karate Joe and crap. For simple people like us, what that means is maybe you and a couple of your contractor buddies group up and they get a larger purchasing power, or they buy fuel together, you do stuff together. I mean, we as property preservationists have to stop thinking that Joe Schmo is our competitor. We do a lot of training at Ironclad. I invite every single contractor in my area to come train with us. We become successful. We certainly have the mojo. And I remember my wife asking me before, we're both veterans, and my wife asked me, she says, we both come from the military, the U.S. Army, woo-hoo. But, we did a lot of like high-tech training and stuff, and, we come from that environment. And my wife asked me one day, she goes, why do you spend so much time training your competition? Why do you give away your secrets? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? The point is, man, I don't believe that I have competition. I believe that the Lord's blessed me, and my job is to pass that on. So, we certainly would love if you want to come and train with us, if you want to do stuff, through the internet. Hold on one second. Dropped coffee on my plans over here where I'm, my master plans for building, don't want to lose track of that. I'm kind of a simpleton, and I'm building my big, warehouse off my battle plans there that I finally, had the city approve, and what a journey that was. But anyway, back to my story. We're here to help other people, and I'm a man enough to admit when I'm wrong. And my mission is not to infuriate other contractors. My mission is not to infuriate nationals, piss off regionals. I have a lot of good friends. I know the owners of a lot of companies that employ 1099s. They're great people, man. I actually work for them. I'm a vendor for them. And that's why I work for them. They're good people. I think, I don't really keep track, but I think we work around 12 or 13 clients, something like that. We may do one work order a week. We may do 100 a week. We have a great working relationship with the people that employ, Ironclad Preservation, because we believe in customer service. But one of the things is, it's not just for me to be successful, it's to help the other contractors. My friend Paul Williams has on his website, leave no contractor behind. Let me check something real quick. Okay, I know I get long-winded here, and these documents, or these videos. I don't want to pass my time limit there. Try to be 10 minutes in and out. But anyway, Paul Williams has on his website, no contractor left behind. And that's where I want to reach out to any of y'all and, realize that he's a great, asset to us in this industry too. And how many of you guys call him up personally and thank him for what he's doing? How about hit the donate button, $25 here, $10 there to help him. Some of the information has probably helped you guys to avoid, going to work for some companies that don't pay their firms. He certainly is a wealth of information for when people call me and ask me for help. Listen, I'm no consultant like he is, or my friend Stephen Cohen. I'm just a simple man. Stephen Cohen's coming in here, and I can't wait to get him here. I've got a lot of this, trying to finish some things real quick, and then get him in here and talk to him. And one of the things is that we're paying him to come in and look at our facility. And then the next thing I want to talk to him about is maybe paying him some money to have other contractors come in for just a one-day blitz thing. If I can pay his expenses to get him down here, and for people in Florida, Georgia, certainly would be worth it, man. This gentleman has an interesting story. He built this very successful green industry business and then sold it. And he's one of the ones that's been there, done that. And I'm excited to see what he can say about us, because we are like the most discombobulated company out there. And I look at it this way: through my sheer power, we've built this company up to a $1 million class company. Imagine what a real purveyor could do for us. Somebody who could come in with the intellect and look at our shortcomings, our failures, and then kind of illustrate to us a roadmap of where we can encounter these obstacles and squash them and move on. That's what I'm looking for. But hey, my main conversation this morning was to apologize to the one gentleman, Mark. You know who I'm talking to. And I'm man enough to admit I was wrong. And I don't try to just climb on someone's back just because I'm 6'2" and 300 pounds. I really, really care about what I'm doing. And if I've misjudged you, don't hate me, man. Correct me. I believe, I spent some time in the Army with the Special Forces guys, and they had a term that just amazed me all the time. It was called autocorrect. They self-corrected. Every time that they would encounter some type of obstacle, they would figure out a way to get around it, and that type of autocorrect is kind of like what I've guided my life by. If I'm wrong about you, then, grab a pair like that gentleman did, reach out to me and say, hey man, you fucking, were saying something bad about me or this and that, and it's not true. And excuse my language, but I'm passionate, man. I'm open a can of whoop ass for preservation. I'm here, I'm not going away, and if you like me or don't like me, but if I'm wrong about you, pick up the phone, text, whatever we do on these social media things. I'll admit if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It doesn't affect me, man, to know that I'm wrong. I've made a lot of bad choices in my life. Hopefully today that I don't infuriate people that they don't want to be my friend, because at the end of the day, I don't like to have enemies. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So have a blessed day. For all of you that are talking with me today, reach out. I'm in my safe haven right now. I can pick up the phone. Some of you guys reach out at nighttime when I'm putting the babies to sleep, or I'm trying to spend a little bit of family time. I'm back in my arena right now. Give me a call, text me, help me. We were up late last night writing some bids to help some people. Hopefully you get that bid, young lady. And for anybody else who needs anything, you help from verbiage, for bids, or anything else, you got the best friend you need right here. I win bids every day. We get $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 of bids approved every day. It's all about how you present it. It's the presentation that matters. Call us. We love you, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.